And we're back.
Welcome back to another.
Yeah, we're not.
I'm Caleb. Please like and subscribe.
And now, welcome back to another CryptoBROS
and HollyGirl
podcast number 106. Feeling spicy.
Feeling spicy.
Little spicy.
That's gonna be fun.
Yeah, so I've had people DMing me and different things, wanting to know updates on the chicken dinner thing from Labor Day.
Oh, I was wondering why it said chicken
So
dinner.
I also have a little bit of an update with some marriage issues based on what we were talking about last week too.
Oh,
We'll get into that.
Oh, yeah, your own room.
So we'll get into that in a little bit. Anyways, how was everybody's week?
it was
Because
good.
Mom was spicy.
It
The spicy.
Josh was
Spicy.
very spicy, and I had to talk him off the ledge a couple times. I was like, probably not. Don't say that. Don't say that.
I actually had it typed out, and then I was like, Holly, can I say this? He goes, no, you can't.
Oh, this is
Yeah, I
bad,
was
Josh.
like, my exact response was, probably not.
Yeah, with some laughing emojis like don't do that, or
Here's
I might
the
kill
thing.
you.
It's because one of the reasons why is it's not that what you're saying is wrong by any means. However, I am being selfish because it will come back on me.
It would.
Like, that's what they do. Like, Josh could say something, but they don't want to fight with Josh. They want to take it out on Holly because it's easier to take it out on Holly. And so everything always comes back to me. And so I'm like, I don't have the energy because I know I'm going to have to fight. I don't have the energy.
Yeah, there's just occasionally things that are floated around and you see on X, and it affects people that you care about, right? And then it's just ridiculous. I'm like, come on. So I'm pretty witty. I mean, I muted a little bit on the podcast, but if you want to go toe to toe in wits, it's like gonna be bad. Like eventually I'm probably gonna break you in half. And I was kind of pushing fast forward to break this person in half, and then I didn't do it. So thanks for keeping me in check, Holly. I appreciate it.
I know, but part of me was like, yes, friggin' say that. Because I don't disagree with what you were saying.
Yeah.
And
What I was saying was very truthful.
Yeah. And so there's just sometimes you got to pick your battles, and I was just not ready to pick that one yet.
Speaking of battles, yeah, we will pick our battles on that, and we're not trying to be too cryptic on purpose, really. Once we kind of let the cat out of the bag, you'll understand. But I had a civil conversation with a stranger on X this week.
I saw that.
And you guys are friends.
Now we're friends.
Your besties.
I don't know that really about all that, but he came out. I can't actually. I should have wrote it down. I can't remember what it was. I've been more active on X than this week.
Yeah.
No, Greg, than I have been in a
Sweet
long
deal.
time. But I know that he came at me, and then I came back to him, and then he goes, it was bulletin board material. Excuse me. I had said something because the Chiefs beat the Ravens, by the way. Woo-hoo. But when it went down, they started talking a bunch of smack and things like that. And I just posted, when are people going to learn to quit giving Patrick Mahomes specifically bulletin board material? And this guy didn't think bulletin board material was a thing. And he was coming all sideways. And we actually talked it out and then like hugged it out. And now we're friends.
You hugged?
Gave me help in humanity though, because most times people just want to fight.
I actually like constructive conversation, even if I'm in the wrong. But if you can tell me I'm in the wrong in a respectable way, there is nothing wrong with saying that. Like with going back and forth with somebody, especially like a stranger on Twitter, because I feel like that's kind of what Twitter's for, right? To meet new people, to kind of like get different opinions. Yeah. And so to me, like the yes people are the boring people. It's the people who want to challenge in a respectable way.
And with him, basically what I came to, I was like, it doesn't matter what profession that you are in. It doesn't matter how much money you make. At some point in your career, no matter if you're talking about professional athletes or not, things become routine. Mm-hmm. And the great ones are great because they find motivation in the little things to not let it become routine.
Yeah.
And he kind of was like, it's a fair point. See what you're trying to say. And it kind of turned the tide because I almost think that people expect you to like jump back and they just want to fight for a little bit.
Yeah.
But then he was like, okay. And I even made a joke to him about it. Did we just become friends? He goes, yeah, we did. He goes, that doesn't happen very often, does it?
That's really cool.
It was.
But speaking of professional athletes, I'm not sure if you guys are aware, but Tyreek Hill got detained, like arrested and pulled over and arrested, or detained because he didn't actually go in.
He's playing in the game.
He is playing. I wanted to see, but actually they cited him for reckless driving. But the crazy thing is the way they handled him. They put him on the ground and arrested him. Like they, and I know Tyreek Hill. I mean, Tyreek Hill has a mouth on him, and he was probably like, "I need to get to the effing game. You guys are going to f things up, right?" Like that's the first thing that went in my mind. However, I do not think that anything somebody says would call for him being detained the way he was. Now, if he had a weapon, different story. But there wasn't a weapon. It was just, him probably mouthing off. They didn't like it, and they used their authority a little too harshly. And they're going to get a lot of backlash from it because it is everywhere on the news. And
even the headline on ESPN is police have already ordered a review of Dolphins Hill detainment.
Yeah.
So they have to. There's no getting over it.
I
suppose
the teammates going to the stadium as well were the ones that recorded all of this happening. They saw it. So it wasn't just bystanders. It was actual teammates from the Miami team. So
crazy.
Well, and they are losing right now 17-7 to the Jaguars, which I don't think very many people probably predicted that.
No, I don't either. But you can also say that probably put a weird feeling, a weird like sentiment on the team player, like the players, and now it's just a little wonky. Weird things happen all the time. Yeah. So
there's a lot of weird things happening in the NFL right now. You got the Cardinals the Bills just went up on the Cardinals.
Thank goodness.
Which I wouldn't think that would have been a thing. The Patriots are still winning, but the Bengals did score. The Titans are beating the Bears. The Vikings are beating the Giants. The Saints are killing the Panthers. For our pick'em segment coming up here pretty quick. Steelers Falcons very close, 15-10. The Colts and Texans very close.
It's a boring game though. The Steelers game is boring.
Is it? Well, both of those teams kind of like to focus on the run a little bit, and sometimes that comes off as being a little bit lower scoring and ball controlled. But still, that one I'm looking at is that Jaguars Dolphins game. I never really thought that would have ended that way. Right. And I think it's going to kind of pop some Chicago fans' balloons a little bit, take the air out of their sails. if they lose their opener to the Titans. Like, I don't think anybody thought that with Caleb Williams coming in and all that stuff. So we'll have to see how that all turns out. But football is back, right? I mean, we talked about it last week, but now with the NFL and college, we saw one of the most epic underdog stories yesterday with Northern Illinois beating Notre Dame at Notre Dame.
Yes, that was huge.
Oh, that coach was, if you caught his post-game interview on the field when he's sobbing like a little girl, that's why coaches, that's why coaches coach. As a high school basketball coach, that's why I coach. It's about all those relationships you make with the people that are on your team. It's also about the fraternity that you have with the other coaches in your league and different things like that. And for all the hard work, nobody gives you a chance. You go in a famed, I mean, like one of the all-time great college atmospheres. They just, I mean, there's movies made about them. You know what I mean? Like that's a top tier program. That's not, say, a team that's just having a good year. This is a famed historical program, and they went in there and won. That's pretty awesome. So hats off to Northern Illinois. Didn't know anything about them until yesterday, and then I couldn't stop watching them in the second half. I was like, come on, you could do it. So it's always fun to root for the underdog for sure.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the NF game that already happened, or a couple of them that already happened that are in the books with the Chiefs and the Ravens. Did everybody get to watch that game? That was insane.
Yeah, so I have questions.
Mm-hmm.
First off, the illegal formation.
Yeah.
What is so different that caused the freaking Ravens to have 5 penalties for illegal formation? And 3 of them were in a row.
Yeah.
I don't understand that rule because it looks like they're lining up the same every play. So
the way it's listed as, and maybe I'll butcher this, but the helmet of the tackles and the guards have to be at the belt line of the center. So you obviously have bigger bodied people, but the helmet should be in a straight line. But the problem with it is that they always start a little cockeyed, right? Because they're trying to not get annihilated by this 300-pound monster that's trying to have one goal in life is to rip your quarterback's head off. And they get a lot of flack because they know the snap. They know when it's going to be snapped. They know what the snap count is. So they're not waiting for the football to be snapped. They're trying to move as it's snapped. But I guess the way they were saying was they were lined up a little bit too deep. I don't know. I think that, to me, it doesn't pass the eye test. It could be a foul. It could be a penalty. But if it doesn't pass the eye test, what are you doing? If I can't tell by watching on TV that he's cheating like that, he's lined up too far, then this is another one of those things about sports that drives me insane, is it's not a black and white thing. It comes down to somebody's interpretation. And that drives me crazy sometimes.
Do you think, because I know for sure, especially when it comes to formation, referees actually give the players the heads up saying, hey, scoot back a little bit, or, they actually do. But do you think that they failed to do this time because they're enforcing that rule so hard to teach
they said they gave him 2 warnings before.
They said they warned him twice, and then they called a foul on him 4 times. Actually, it ended up being 5, but it was like 3 or 4 in a row.
Yeah, there was 3 in a row.
I felt like we were watching a video game where it was like glitching. It just kept happening.
Was so bad. It was. I felt bad for them because I'm like, what are they like? Why? Maybe they need to say you're the one that's lined up. Maybe it's somebody that doesn't even know that they're the ones messing everything up. Like, I honestly felt a little bad.
Even at some point, it was the coach was like, somebody tell him to scoot up. Like, I mean, even you're the guard sitting right next to you go, hey, dude, scoot up. Like, let's do something different here.
Are you cooking something? It might be overflowing.
Is your house on fire?
Some quantum mechanics.
All of a sudden, I hear this like loud sizzle, and I'm that can't be great.
Electrical wires in the wall.
Yeah, and to answer Matt, he did ask, is that a St. Louis Rams jersey? The answer is no.
LA Rams.
It is Aaron Donald, and it is definitely a Los Angeles Rams jersey.
Is he going to come out of retirement?
Gosh, I wish.
He might.
You got the Sunday night football game tonight.
I know. I'm looking forward to it. I'm a little bit nervous.
Cardinals kicked a field goal. Bills have the ball. They're up 4 now. So
you
that's
know what?
Turn out to be an interesting game.
I picked the Bills for my pick
Mm-hmm.
because I thought they were going to annihilate Arizona. They suck usually. Like, what is happening?
Yeah, our pick'em segment is going to be interesting. But no, there was a lot of good plays. That was a close football game. That was good. I mean, then the headlines coming out of Green Bay and the Eagles game was Eagles win, but Love gets hurt. It's going to be out 3 to 6 weeks, I think they said. But it's also the field conditions. Everybody is like insane about like what is going on with the turf. So I read an article yesterday that said that these stadiums are made for soccer.
Oh, yeah.
And soccer players are not 350-pound monsters that are trying to just like hold their own against another 350-pound monster, and it tears the field up because it's too much torque on those cleats, and
there was so much slipping.
Yeah. I mean, the first play of Saquon Barkley, they give it to him, he just slips, falls right on his face. You know, the Giants fans were rooting and the Eagles fans were all upset, but he ended up having a really good game.
Speaking, I know. So he is on my fantasy. He's on my league. He scored me 33.2 points.
Ooh.
But when he came out in the very first play and he slipped, I was like, what was I thinking? Why did I pick him? He sucks.
Roller coaster.
I was so mad. And he got it together. So I was like, okay, thank you.
Is that the league that I'm in with you?
Yes.
Oh, that sucks. My running backs are horrible in that league.
So I just realized as I was watching the game, the Ravens and Chiefs game, I was looking at my bench because I was like, oh, maybe there's a bench player that I want to put in instead, whatever. I have 4 running backs on my bench. I have 0 wide receivers.
Let's talk after this. We'll trade.
What?
We'll make a trade. I need a running back, and I have plenty of wide receivers.
Yeah, I have all running backs. And so I was like really watching, the Chiefs and the Ravens thinking, okay, who doesn't who have? So maybe I can pick him up. And it's not that big of a deal right now, but come bye weeks, I'm going to be in trouble. So I need to do something.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. So speaking of that, let's get into our pick'em segment. Do you guys have your picks ready?
Mm-hmm.
I do.
For next week?
Yeah.
Shit,
you have.
We don't even have any of the games but one completed.
I know, but we have to be a week ahead.
Yeah.
Caleb, let's see. Let me get the right
order.
The right order here, so we're fair with everybody.
Yeah,
it's loading.
Gotta be
so,
fair.
Caleb, you are the first one to pick this week.
Texans over the Bears.
Texans over the Bears. He says.
Bears. Yeah.
Okay.
Bears.
Let me find Caleb here and find the Texans. My spreadsheet is failing me.
Can we see him? There we go. That's what we wanted.
Greg, you're up next.
What they want. I'll do Ravens over Raiders.
Hey, that's
Baltimore.
Come back, yeah.
Oh, did I steal yours?
Yeah, that's all right.
You can pick the same.
Okay.
No, I think I'm going to go with the Eagles over the Falcons.
Eagles over the Falcons.
Good.
Well, I'm going to go. This is one where it's a little bit
Houston Oilers.
Like, I don't know if I'm wasting my pick here or not. But I want to use them at some point, and I might as well do it week 2. I'm picking Cleveland over Minnesota.
Aren't the Houston Oilers baseball?
No, it was
the old football team.
Yeah.
So
There used to
one
be
of
those
the
one-
right.
one
I
to
watched a whole
Titans.
thing on that, like a whole
Yeah.
documentary. That's right. I forgot about that.
things that we already know though is that the streak for the comment section is at 0 because they picked Green Bay and they lost.
Oh
True.
man,
So
love. Oh,
Whoa.
since Matt is in the comments and I see him being active
Here it
and
is.
we don't have to wait forever, Matt, you get to pick week 2 for the comment section. So you have some pretty
on the clock.
interesting matchups.
you're
Poor
on the
Bearded.
clock.
You're on the clock. He's going to talk trash for he picks.
Yeah, he's going to talk
Bearded-
trash before he picks.
Yeah.
Bearded's racing today.
Man,
That's why
I
he's
felt
not
so
here.
sad for Love. Is he like? Did they say what like how
Sprained
bad his leg
MCL.
is? Oh shit!
Yeah,
I've
Yeah.
just been through that twice.
It's
Yeah.
3 to
3 to 6 weeks.
3 to 6 weeks, so it's not horrible. Well, while we wait
For
for
it,
Matt
or
to make his
Oh,
pick. Oh,
Rams over Cardinals.
Cardinals.
Good one. I almost picked that one, but it's also in Arizona, and the Cardinals don't look that bad right now. So I'm like,
Yeah.
Okay, so next week we will actually have a or we will actually be able to give the updates of the streaks, but we're going to be a week behind because Thursday night games and all that sort of stuff. So,
Yeah.
But we'll actually be able to do that and see where we're at. All of us are still in the running. The comment section is going to be a big fat 0. Sorry, guys. Maybe you can rebound this week, but all right. I have to get into some business. We got to get into some business here. I told you guys last week that I was being conned against my will to go to a small town in Missouri called Montrose. And I mean, this is a hole in the wall town, okay?
Ooh.
Caleb and Greg both know. It was a fried chicken Labor Day dinner. This is what I found out when I got there. They've been doing it for 117 years on Labor Day. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Their fried chicken is, okay,
Uh,
just so you know. This town, Caleb, how many people do you think live in Montrose? 200? 300?
2, yeah, something like that.
Guess how many people were at the fried chicken dinner?
How many?
2,000.
400?
I guesstimating just on the cars and the lines, 3,000 to 5,000 people.
Holy.
It was insane. Dude, we got there and I'm sitting there and I didn't drive. We rode with a couple and I'm like, where are all these? Because the guy driving goes, I never can remember where the church is at. I just follow the cars. I'm thinking, yeah, whatever. It was like a line of cars. We parked like 4 blocks away from the church. When we finally got there, they have a line that you can buy your ticket. Then you have to go get in another line to get your chicken. Yeah, and then you have to eat in a tent. It was insane. And thousands of people go to this every year. I've done it once. Can say I did it.
Oh, wow.
How much
This is
chicken?
enough.
$15.
But how much do you get? Was it enough?
2 pieces of chicken, or 2 pieces of chicken, green beans, stuffing, and a piece.
Oh,
Is this Thanksgiving?
Yeah, so the stuffing was, you can think of stuffing as like bready, and you can cut it with a fork, right? It's got like herbs and whatever in it. I don't know what's in stuffing. It's like bread.
yeah, it's bready.
Stuffing is disgusting.
Okay,
It
but
is
it
gross.
looks, but it's like you
It's
can cut it with a
spongy.
knife, right?
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
Not this.
it's
What
like
is
soup.
It could pour it
What?
like, into a cup.
What? Like
That's
a
the opposite of stuffing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
Stuff
weird.
something with.
And you know how cheese gets like so hot, you're like, how can it possibly be that hot? Like, how can it get to that tip? That's how the stuffing was.
Did
Like,
they
it was
have
on
beer?
a styrofoam plate. I thought it was gonna melt through the bottom of it.
Did they serve beer?
No.
There you go, Meg.
Tea,
Was it in the
and it was outside of the church.
Well,
It was a Catholic church, though.
Yeah, I
and
was
a lot of
gonna
them
say,
have
what kind
kegs
of
in their
church?
basement.
Yeah.
So
Caves in the basement.
the big
Yeah.
story of my week, and then we can get into whatever you guys want to. But since I put it in the title because I couldn't think of anything else because it keeps coming up, and because I think I might have to fist fight my wife, is
holy,
The-
she's gonna win, Josh.
I know that's why I haven't done it yet. Is this mattress topper?
Oh no.
So last week, if you missed it, I'll
No.
speed up the story a little bit here. I was doing some stuff, saw the mattress topper on our spare bed, took it off the spare bed, put it on our bed. My wife has to take care of her folks like every other weekend, so she wasn't here that weekend. So I slept on it one night because here's my thought. I thought, man, if it sucks, then I'll just put it back on and nobody will ever know I did what I did. It didn't suck. It was glorious. It was the best night's sleep I've ever had in my life. I mean, really, the best night's sleep ever. And the podcast last week, I wasn't even tired. I went and took an hour nap just so I could lay on it again. That's how awesome it is. Okay. So my wife gets home on Sunday after the podcast. And I told her, I said, I did something that hopefully, you won't hate me for. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. So I made her close her eyes, walked her to the bedroom, and pushed her onto the bed. And instantly she was mad because she knew it had the pillow top mattress cover on it. She was angry at me. Like I thought we were going to fist fight right there. For the record, I don't hit my wife. It's just, we talk that way. That's just how we communicate. But she's still mad. It's been a week. She was telling people at church this morning about basically what an idiot I am for doing this. And she can't believe I did it. And it's ruined her whole week and her neck hurts. And I'm like,
how could you do that, Josh?
So we compromised. Okay. Because I don't want to divorce my wife. I love my wife. We have a good relationship. So we compromised. I told her for the first 9 years of our marriage, we didn't have a pillow topper. So for the next 9, we will. And then we'll decide in 9 years what we were going to do. I don't think that worked out very well in my favor, but we'll see. I don't know. Because then we got home and had to do the podcast. Huh?
Is it too soft for her? And that's why it like messes with her.
Let me tell you something.
It's more that she.
Josh, it's a queen's bed.
It
is. Queen gets prerogative.
Yeah.
No.
Just saying.
No. What were you going to say?
For her, it's more that the guest bed doesn't have it on there. She doesn't really care as much if it's on her bed. She wants it on the guest bed that no one uses.
That no one has ever slept in. In the 5 months or 4 months we lived here, nobody's ever slept in it. Tell me how much sense that makes.
It can't be more than like $150. Just
$170, by the way. We bought a $170 mattress cover for a mattress that no one sleeps in.
Yeah.
I don't understand women, Holly. I'm sorry. I just don't get him.
I know. Okay. I'm having a tough time with this one because if it was like just comfortable, I say F the guests, like, especially when you don't have guests. So
they don't have guests.
Well, Holly comes over and we're like, sorry, Holly, your mattress is going to suck, but it is what it is. It's one night.
And I would be okay. Like it's free bed, sleeping, but it has to be something more. Maybe it does like hurt her back. Because I know when I sleep on a different bed, I like have to take time to adjust to it. And so
it's the princess and the pea story.
She wants it available for the kids to come sleep on.
That never do.
But they never come over.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
It's just weird. Things. Anyways, we're not getting divorced. If I have a black eye next week, I won't even have to say why.
Got it. Okay.
So those are 2 stories. Everybody's caught up on everything that I know in life. Oh, I do have something exciting. I don't know how to say this because I'm not a bragger, but I've done something this last week.
Sure, you're not.
Nobody likes to brag.
Anyways,
nobody likes to brag.
I did something this week that it's taken me many, many months to get to the point. Can you guess what I accomplished this week that I've been working on for months?
I don't know.
You got potty trained?
I was gonna say, yeah.
Of what?
Potty trained.
Finally potty trained.
Oh, not potty trained.
Like who? Did you get a dog? Oh, I'm so confused.
I hit my XRP bag goal.
Did I not just say that? I said you hit your XRP goal.
I did. I hit it this week because it went and I was like, I only had one more week of reoccurring buys anyways, and I was like, done. Now sit it and leave it, and not have to worry about it. So now I'm buying sold.
XRP goal. I just buy it every week.
I had a bad goal I got there this week, and I'm happy about it, and I'm not doing it ever again.
I don't have any.
Can we talk about the markets? I mean, the markets on both stock and crypto have been ugly.
Yeah.
Like, ugly. There's a stock that I don't know, it's like this penny stock I know nothing about, but I was like, now's my time to buy. That sucker went below its like 52 week low. And I was like, it can't go much lower, can it? It went 2 cents lower.
Yeah.
After I bought it.
Nice.
Same thing with like,
right
you know,
after, yep.
Bitcoin
Like
went down, ETH went down, but even like Doge and some of those hit some price marks that I thought,
Yeah.
I wasn't sure they were ever going to get that low again. But that's the brutal part about trading crypto, right? Because I could have sold all my Doge at like 19 cents when it really went on that rally. What was it, like 2 months ago, 3 months ago?
Yeah.
Remember when it kind of skyrocketed there?
Mm-hmm.
I could have bought back in now. And I could have been worried every day and watched the ups and downs of every graph and been insane. Or I could have just bought in my bag gold like I did, dollar cost average everything, and then not worried about it anymore, which is where I'm at. So
yeah, that's.
There we go.
Says that I need to check out tomorrow's bids NFT marketplace for XRP.
Tomorrow bids. Tomorrow, it must be a website. Tomorrow bids.
I'm gonna guess. We'll check. Well, I'll definitely be Googling that and checking that out.
Right. I'm like,
but you're not wrong. It's, and then you see these stories where it's like so many millions of dollars was just liquid or just basically vanished from the crypto market, and
1.04 trillion.
Yeah, trillion is what it was.
Market. That was.
Oh yeah. And then there's still exploits happening in certain cryptocurrencies.
Yeah, man, I my heart really does go out to Evergrow, honestly.
Yeah.
Well, because honestly, I feel like we're so evolved already, in crypto. At least the DeFi projects should be evolved right now, that exploits come very far and in between projects that are established, I guess.
Yeah.
I was really shocked. Granted that, they went through several audits and then all of a sudden this happened. So I did see though him say something about Lucro, about merging with Lucro or something.
Yeah.
I don't know what that means. He did like a poll and said, this is just to get an idea of what we could do. They had to remove liquidity. People are really nervous, as they should be, as to their investment. I know people who have invested a shit ton of money into Evergrow. So this just really sucks. It really does suck.
And I didn't really know exactly where to go with that. And it's the same community though, right? I mean, the Evergrow, the Brunos, I'm just gonna leave it at that without throwing people under the bus. Has probably been stomped on enough. But whether it is legit exploits, like somebody has gone in and hacked, whether it was manipulating different contracts for whoever owned it to make off with a bunch of money, whatever it is, the people that I always feel sorry for are the people that is the communities, the people that have put in their hard-earned money and hoping to get a return, and then it just seems like it never works out. So
something always happens, and it just really sucks. And then you know, at least through the Twitter X world, I just see people that are part of communities that this has happened to bashing Evergrow, and it's like, wait a minute, didn't you guys just get exploited 3 times in the past? So you have no place to say anything. Just stay out of it. Mind your own business. If you're not an Evergrow community holder or token holder, leave it alone.
Root for them instead of taking them down. Right. I'm not saying you have to root for Evergrow behind the scenes, but root for the people that hold it. Like, you shouldn't be relishing in the fact that they may have just got stomped on too, just like Bruno did, just like Glow did, just like BBTF did. Just, I mean, I could probably keep going and going and going. It's happened so many times. And unfortunately, it was that same bubble of people. And I just feel for them. I feel like enough's enough. Because everybody keeps grabbing a hold of this one. Okay, well, this one got me, but I'm going to care of this one. And to each their own. People can spend their money the way, but that's when I finally just decided, thank you, but no, thank you. I will invest in some of these projects, but very, very low dollar amounts, and till they prove themselves to me, and then I put all my money into blue chips, and so far that's worked out. But we'll see. I mean, it's all crazy.
Yeah.
It is.
Rudy's
If it was
Bruno ecosystem is almost every project within that had an exploit at some point in their 3 years that they've been on. Yeah, it's sad.
Or major people stepping away from certain roles, and it's insane.
Yeah, I mean, to be completely honest, I am at the point where I do have some friends that are still part of or want something to be part of that whole ecosystem.
Yeah.
I'm so far removed from it that honestly, now when I see specific tweets and stuff, I'm just like, oh, sucks for them. Like, there's just I'm just so tired of that whole thing, the toxicity that comes out of that ecosystem. I'm just over it. So I just have removed myself completely, and the people who understand why I did will remain my friends. The other people, goodbye.
Yeah.
Well, also too with that, Holly, is the fact that it's not necessarily, I mean, you can spend your money the way that you want to spend it, this and that, but I also see this underlying is it's becoming fewer and fewer people as we get away from that ecosystem that are still shilling it like it's the next great thing. And I'm like, okay. And I did get a little spicy yesterday with a retweet of saying that I thought the guy was joking until I saw his PFP photo. Okay, I didn't really think he was joking. All right, I was trying to be funny. He got really mad at me about it, which I was being a jerk. Let's be honest, I was. I just was feeling spicy. But the reason behind it is because I'm tired of seeing people get hurt. So, and you are promoting something that is on life support. And
here's the biggest question that I have is, how are you excited over a product that has already been out there and continuously running? And I can prove it to you because I have it on my phone. It still works. So what is so great about this wallet that I should be shilling or promoting it just because it has the Bruno name? Because as far as I'm concerned, the Bruno name is null and void. There's nothing to back that, period.
Well, the reason I got spicy with it too, Holly, is because it also basically it was saying that it was going to destroy and conquer all these other wallets and projects.
Last time
if you leave those out of it,
like a crazy community that shills a wallet, okay? Like,
yeah, exactly. Weird. So my thought was if he had left everybody out of it, I probably wouldn't even have said anything about it. But then he started dragging other people in there, and I'm like, okay, I'm done with this. So yeah, Matt's right. Misery loves company. It is. People want to be a part of something so bad. I'm good with that, but find something good to be a part of, and cut your losses at some point and just be done with it.
Well, and you know, I'm going to voice my opinion because I'm allowed to, and this is our.
Well, we're 38 minutes in, Holly. Nobody's going to be watching this part anyways.
Right. This is too long. But even for Bruno to come out and promote this focus map, number one, that gives you zero details. All it is bullet points, and then a definition of what they think that bullet point means. It is the weirdest thing that so many people were so excited. Oh, we got a focus map. But where's the blockchain? Where's any mention to the blockchain and all those other things that they supposedly bought? No, it's nowhere. All they put updated is the wallet is near completion. Good job, guys. Good job, because last time I checked, it was already good.
Yeah, it was already been done a while ago. And at the same time, they don't have the best track record. The company that got all the assets they don't have the best track record either. So it's hard for me to get super excited about it.
They literally bought two bankrupt companies. That's what it is. They are trying to revive two companies that both went bankrupt. But
trying to
all right, Meg.
Into VGX Foundation.
Mhm.
Just because you put a foundation on it doesn't mean it's good. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, we have some examples of that too that I'm just not gonna throw more fuel on the fire, but
That one
yeah.
gave me like laughing tears. I just can't. Like I just don't. It frustrates me seeing people so excited about this, and it's people that I used to like get along with.
Mhm.
That just because I can't like them anymore, they don't like me. Like just because my opinion is I want nothing to do with any of that. They don't like me, but now I'm like watching, seeing what they're tweeting about, and I'm just like, how are you? First off, we're grown adults. How are you doing this? And, I was talking to the barbershop group and I was like, how embarrassing that 2 years ago, if they would have tweeted this out, I would have been like, yes, a focus map. Thanks, guys. Woohoo. And now I'm just like, this thing sucks. Like,
True.
That was awesome.
and that's the truth. I was right there with him. And then I just had to open my eyes and realize, Holly, this is money they are taking from you. It's all, that's what it is. And so I don't like anybody stealing my money. I'm not going to allow a project to steal my money either. I will not put another penny in this, whatever it is. I don't even know who it is anymore. I will not put a penny in there.
I cashed out of that whole ecosystem a long time ago.
Yeah, I know you guys did.
But at the same time, Meg, we don't really talk about Bruno that much. But some of the things that have floated up, I just wanted to throw it out there because I don't want to see anybody else get hurt. And I'm afraid that people are going to dive back in and get their hopes up and then get them crushed again. So, yeah. J-Pop, Rudy said that we were drinking the Kool-Aid and J-Pop said, and it was a good flavor at the time, though. And it was.
Yeah.
It really, really was. That is like all the people that I've gotten to meet, both good and bad. I am thankful for that. Like I will never, like that experience that
Look at the list of people in our comments. I wouldn't know maybe one or two of them if it wasn't for that whole time.
And so I'm thankful for that. However, morally and ethically, I cannot allow myself to put out information that's no longer, and that goes for anything, any project. I feel like, I cannot feel good about myself knowing that something is so shitty, but let me talk good about it.
Yeah, I won't do it. No,
I can't.
Holly, put us in a better mood with your segment. Can you do that?
All right. So for today's Holitivity, I'm actually a little bit excited about this one because he actually puts out some really crazy things. And then randomly in there, you get some good tweets from him. And it is Zach Morris himself, Eddie. I don't know how to say his last name. So he tweeted yesterday, actually, you are the only one holding yourself back, period. You got one life and that's it. Nobody is more special than you.
Gosh.
Well, wait a second. If we're all reading that tweet, then who's the most special between the four of us?
Greg.
Holly.
No, not special ed, Caleb.
No,
Oh, wow.
Then
Wow. Wow. Thanks, Matt.
Eddie, honestly, Zach's chart's not doing great. They do have some cool things coming. Actually, they already released cool things. But one thing I can say about Eddie or Zach Morris, is he's very giving. He will help you if you need help. And that is just somebody that, I set aside like what the chart looks like and what all that, because I do see him still grinding every day, trying to put the word out for Zach itself. But he's also just a good person. Like, honestly, I know that he says some crazy ass stuff sometimes, but he is a good person. And what he puts out, I feel like he truly feels. So
I gotta say this too about that is that not only is he a pretty good person, but all the people that we've been like in association with throughout that whole community. I mean, I've got to tell you that some of the people that I've met are some of my. I know Holly says this all the time. are my favorite people.
Yeah.
Like there are a group of people in that community that I would consider some of my favorites. I don't hurt anybody's feelings, so I'm not going to mention any by name. But at the same time, I can be excited about it and I can talk about it. But I'm still the guy that holds back because of how many zeros I threw at some of these other projects that ended up doing nothing. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. So I still want to support it, but that's also why you don't see us jump on bandwagons of new tokens and just go, hey, check this out. We're excited about that. You know, we've got our 3 or 4 that we're keeping our eye on. And once they kind of prove things, you know, I'd love to have those people on and talk about them. We've had some of them on in the past, and I still believe it. Dan with DFS Mafia, I still believe in that guy. I still believe in what he's got going on. You know, we've talked about Crow Swap, which is now Diamond Swap for a long time. There are still projects out there, but I don't want everybody to go, well, I bought this because Josh said so. One, if you do that, you're dumb.
Yeah.
You should never do what I do because it'll get your wife pissed off at you because you put a mattress topper on your bed and you're going to eat fried chicken in a town of 200 people with 5,000 other people. So don't do what I say. Okay.
You know, honestly, that is another thing that I had learned from Bruno, is I talked about Bruno all the time. Like that was everything had, you know, #SafeMoon. Like it really did. And it's because that was like a community I was super part of. However, when things turn around and they're not looking so great, I would get from people, well, you're promoting this, you're shilling. Yeah. You need to, you know, these are your followers. They're listening to you. And I didn't want to take that responsibility. And I still am very firm on, we're all adults. We think for ourselves. If you're buying this project, that's on you. Yep. However, I do hold some accountability for talking about it and promoting it as much as I did, because there were people who didn't want to do their research, that only wanted to listen to me. So I get like there's a fine line. But going forward, I did make that decision that I'm not going to promote something so hard every day, all day, every day. You know, that's just not what I'm going to do anymore, especially when I don't work for a project. Yeah. Like you're not paying me to talk about it. What am I doing? Right. But like with Zach and others, I mean, even stocks I've put out there, I will, if I'm winning, you guys will know because I'm going to put it out there because nobody likes a bragger. My ass is bragging.
Oh, yeah.
Let me ask you this though, like Holly. With that all being said, are you having more fun on X now because you're not feeling like you have to talk 100%. About it all the time?
Yeah, because I'm not clumped in a community, right?
It's like real relationships all of a sudden.
I'm not saying I don't want to be in their community, but I am part of your community. I am part of GFi's community. I am part of, you know, just different because that's what I'm on Twitter for, to be 100% honest with you.
So people
not to make money. It's the people. Mm-hmm. It's all the people I've gotten to meet and get to meet in the future. And I think I'm a people person. So that to me is the best part of it. And that is something that Eddie is as well. He just wants, you know, this unity of people. And he talks about other things as well, not just Zach. Even though that's his project, he talks about a lot of stock. I would love to see Eddie on Candid Conversation.
Working on it.
We need to make that happen because he has a cool.
His schedule is crazy, by the way.
I believe it. I believe it.
So, but there's actually got a couple cool ones lined up. Next week, we should have another preview of the next episode coming out. Going to have an author on. We'll get into that a little bit later.
Yes.
But
like 2 people.
Yeah, it's a surprise.
Yeah. Okay.
That way I can make you upset.
Either one, I'm excited.
Then I'll brag. No, I get you. I think sometimes it's healthy to have those kind of conversations, even though we swore we weren't going to talk about different things once in a while. Not necessarily swore, but it was a big part of the first 50 episodes of this podcast, right?
Yeah.
Because it felt like we were right in the middle of it, and all the people and the guests that we had on were right in the middle of it. And it's not a big part anymore. It can go away when I just don't want people to be deceived is all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caleb, you ready to roll?
Let's do it.
It's time for Caleb's Choice.
His choice.
His rules.
All right. First question. What's the best meal you've ever eaten? or
Grilled chicken
had?
tacos, rice, and beans. My mom's.
Wow.
Wow.
You're right on that.
Like, that was less than a second. She's just like, bang, bang.
Like, yeah. Is it?
That's an easy one for me. I mean, that's my favorite meal of all time. Yeah, that
We're having that when we come down to visit.
100%.
All right. Sounds good.
So when you say ever ate, does that mean like our favorite meal that or was there a specific meal?
Whatever.
Here's where I'm going with it. As I can remember,
It's not the fried chicken.
no, it's not the fried chicken.
Okay.
But I went away for a job. It was a very physical job, and I was away, and you guys know about it, but there was a huge tornado. We had to go down. We had to go fix a bunch of stuff. There wasn't any place to eat, and we didn't take enough food. And I was starving when I got back. And I mean working like 14-hour days in the heat and things like that, living on basically candy bars, and I think occasionally we'd get a burger, but there were places to go eat, but the lines were so long because there was only like a few of them still standing. I got home. I had a slab of ribs. I ate the whole slab, like fries. I mean, it was the best meal I've ever had because I was famished.
Where'd you get it at?
I think Gates.
Gates. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But if you're talking about favorite food, I don't know. I'm not sure. Depends on the day. Greg, what about you?
I would say my grandma's homemade noodles
Ooh.
on Thanksgiving every year. That was the best.
What kind of noodles?
It was just like homemade flour noodles. So
Like
you just
egg
make them with
noodles?
flour, yeah, like
Is that
egg
what they
noodles.
call 'em? Yeah.
Was it
Yep.
like
And
chicken
then she put them
stock?
on. Yep, with chicken stock and put them on mashed potatoes.
Yep.
Nice.
That's good stuff.
Oh yeah, put them on everything.
So the Cardinals
That's what I
have
would
the
do.
Do you know how to make them?
No, but my wife does.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like, ooh.
Yep, got that one covered.
That's awesome.
We're getting to the end of the first round of games here, and the Cardinals have the ball down 6, driving to try to beat Buffalo.
So,
No.
Caleb, what was your favorite meal?
chicken Marco,
Oh,
Olo.
a pair of Passinis in Colorado Springs.
good. That was good.
That's badass.
You know how people like recommend restaurants to you, and then you go there and you're all hyped up, and then you eat there and you're like,
Do the don't.
Caleb had been talking to me about, say the name of it again, Caleb,
pair of
Parapacinis.
Passinis or something like that?
And
It's
so
weird.
I was excited, and then we went there. It lived up to the hype, my friends. I'm telling you, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was real good.
All right,
All
Caleb.
right. Football season's here. If you can only watch one thing, would you watch NFL or college? You can only pick one.
That's hard.
That is hard.
NFL.
I'd go college. What did you say, Holly?
NFL or college.
College. Oh, and your birthday.
Bye, Kevin. I
Kevin.
came back.
Yeah,
Kevin.
Rudy wants to see his face.
You're like, ooh.
Is he getting bigger?
Yeah. He's
Okay.
only 6 months old.
Well, he looks bigger than the first time you had him, but I didn't know if it was
Ouch.
angles or whatever. But I kind of go NFL too. I think I love
Really?
both.
We're divided.
Yeah, I love both. I really do. But if I'm just going to, man, I don't know. I was
Oh,
gonna say,
you already said
the
it.
only thing that I schedule, like I've got to watch is when the Chiefs play. But I won't just sit there and watch a day of NFL games. Like I'm not going to watch it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But
But will you have college?
yeah, if
Okay.
it's on, if I have access to it, I will. I don't know. That's
It's
tough.
more entertaining, I think.
I don't want to pick.
You
You
have
have
to.
No, I'm voiding
Yep.
this question.
His
It's
choice,
my
his
rules.
rules.
I'm muting everyone.
This never changed. Never will.
All right. This is from Greg gave me this question from one of his friends.
From Exiled Sandman.
Okay, there you go. Would you consider an open door on or off? Like if it's a switch, is the door open? Is that on or off?
On.
I would say off.
See, I pondered that one. I have to say on as well.
But
Yeah.
what's the door for?
Well, so like when it's open, it's like activated. Like
Well,
it's
it's
open. It's
activated to keep
allowing
people
people to go
out,
through
so
it,
it's
so it's
closed.
on.
I don't
But
think
what-
so.
But
If
like
it's
Caleb said,
off-
what's the purpose of a door?
I
Does it
know.
keep
I know
it-
what. I know where your logic's
Yeah.
going.
It's to keep people out.
So
Or
if it's
to let
closed,
people
it's
in.
on. It's activated.
Well,
If it's
go
open,
through
If
it.
you didn't have a
on.
door, you wouldn't have to worry about letting people in. The door's purpose is to keep you out.
Yeah.
No, it's on.
If it's
on.
open, it's on.
It's on.
No.
Yes.
No. Bullcrap.
When,
I quit.
when you shut the door, you're turning it off. You're turning off the outside
Meg's
door.
wrong.
Well, if the door's
It's
open,
on.
you don't need the door anymore.
And see now, yes, when you open the door, you allow people in, so it's on. I don't know. It's on. No.
Yeah. That says off would be closed.
No, off is it doing, or it being closed, is it doing its job?
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Well,
you
so
wouldn't
what
put a
if
door
the-
there.
The job is to walk through it.
Holly, see that opening behind you?
Yeah. Oh,
Does it
Matt
have a
brings
door?
up a good point.
Yeah, it's on.
Matt brings up a good point.
My
What is
door
the
is
resting
on over there.
position when it's in resting mode?
Open.
Open.
Closed.
No, I close my door for a
Oh.
certain reason. Otherwise, it's always open. Yeah, I don't really care, to be honest with you. But if you start thinking about it, it'll give you a brain
Wow.
tumor.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rudy's right.
No,
Rudy's
he's not
wrong.
right.
No,
Rudy
Rudy's
is
right.
wrong.
Rudy's on the good side.
Yeah.
Think
Meg,
Rudy's
you
another
can't-
one of
you
those
can't
people we
know-
wouldn't
you
have
can't
known
make
except
comments,
for the.
Meg.
Yeah.
Sorry, Meg.
All right,
Love you,
Holly's
but-
question.
I know.
All right.
What, yeah, you're right. I said.
It's gonna make
All
everybody sad.
right. All right. Do you truly forgive someone when they apologize when they do you wrong? Yeah. If
I
somebody
just-
apologizes to you, are you forgiving them or do you hold a little grudge still?
I 100% forgive him. I don't hold grudges. I don't do that shit.
Instantly?
Yes.
I mean,
Instantly.
even
Grudges-
over time, instantly,
I mean-
or even over time.
I mean, in the moment, I would be upset with somebody that did something. Like, I would not want to be around them, but internally, I wouldn't hold a grudge. I don't hold grudges.
But you would change your.
I used to. I don't anymore.
Okay, but are you changing the way
You think?
you
Yeah,
think
so
about
I come
them, or like what you tell them, or any of
Yes.
that?
I
Then-
would.
change. Yeah.
And
Yeah, but
are
I
you
wouldn't hold a
truly
grudge.
forgiving them?
Yeah.
Well, I
No.
think it's just you're just learning what not to do around them. It's not like you hate them.
But you
Like,
can't
you'd
trust
still
them
help them.
fully.
I'd still help them out in need,
Do you?
but I'm not gonna
hate-
go hang out with them.
Hmm.
So it's
Yeah.
changed a little bit though. If you're going to change your
Right. I feel
Yeah.
like if it changes your interaction with them or your feelings towards them in any way, I do not think that you're truly forgiving somebody.
Really?
Mm-mm.
I disagree with that.
But if I come over to your house and kick your dog every time,
I would kill you.
well, at some point you're going to move your dog or something like that, or you're not going to let me in your house anymore. Either
Yeah.
way, you're
Right, but they apologized and said, "I'm sorry for kicking
Yeah.
your dog."
You're probably still going to take your dog out of the house.
You're always going to
What?
remember this little asshole kicked my dog. I'm
Yeah.
not
Yeah,
gonna
I
He
kick
ain't
you.
little.
Hmm.
Well, yeah, Caleb is not little. This is true.
Uh,
Yeah, but just because you forgive somebody doesn't mean you let them like walk right in again.
Hmm.
Because I think everybody should respect everybody. I don't think respect is earned right out of the gate.
Respect is different than forgiving, though.
Yeah, but once you forgive them, I don't think you just like let them come back. Like I think there's a way to like be cautious and still have forgiveness.
Yeah, I'm not forgiving.
yeah.
Like, I'll forgive you and I'll be nice to you, but you better believe things have changed. And I remember everything. So just because I forgave you,
Everything.
I am putting you on
Oh.
notice and I'm watching your every move because,
Are you pointing at me?
yeah,
Yeah, she's pointing at
you
you.
may do it
Oh.
again. So,
Hmm.
yeah, I am forgiving to an extent, but
I
not
thought
truly.
what happens in Vegas stayed in Vegas. No, you
Mm.
still. Yeah, great.
Yeah, still holding on.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Caleb, what were your thoughts?
It's hard. I
He
don't
said,
know.
"Screw you, Greg." That was his thought.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
I think you still. I think honestly, you still think about it. I mean, you accept the apology, but it's still in the back of your head that you're going to change how you interact with that person for a little while.
If you were an
Yeah, but I'm
intelligent
with
being,
Hannah.
you would.
I'm with Hannah. That's where I was going with that. You can forgive,
but
not forget.
That
Yeah,
is true.
Hannah's
That
right.
is.
which
But are you truly forgiving if you can't forget it?
I think so, Holly. I think you are wise for not forgetting.
There you go.
I think
I
you
agree
have to
with you.
not forget certain things. Otherwise, you could just keep be taken advantage of. You just have to know. Like, I feel like with you guys, I 100% could like put myself out there and we're going to make fun of each other and this and that, but I know you got my back. There are other people in my life that I may still put myself 100% out there with them, but I also know that they may not have my back in that situation. They just may not.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
So it's like, I forgive you, but there's still some discernment that's going along with my thought process when I'm dealing with you. So
Chris
that's
and
where I'm at.
Hannah.
Forgiving is forgetting. That is kind of how I see it as well.
Well,
Because
that's bad.
when
They're in
you
the same house
things you
disagreeing.
Yeah, I just feel like when you remember something, you also, it's not that, oh, I remember so and so did this to me. You're remembering, I remember how I felt when so and so did this to me. So it brings up those negative feelings again, unless you can truly forget about that. And I just don't think that like it's a true forgiveness if you can't forget it.
I can't forget about stupid lines in Star Wars movies that happened in the like early 80s. I don't know how I'm supposed to forget like if somebody cheated on me or something. You know what I mean?
I don't think
But
you
I
can.
think I can
can you?
I can
So, Holly, what was
forgive.
your answer?
Screw
What-
Greg.
Screw Greg.
Yeah,
Screw
everybody's
Greg.
listening, but
For a punch.
No, I do not believe that you are
Okay.
truly forgiving.
Yeah, I
yeah.
agree.
That
Always
when
right.
somebody apologizes, I just don't feel like since you always remember.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
And for me, a lot of things. Yeah, he's attacking Phoenix. The bird is attacking Phoenix.
No.
wow.
Oh, it's all right. Phoenix.
Oh,
eventually.
okay.
Oh, I have a
Proceed.
story. But anyway, so yeah, I can't really say
I got you.
I believe that you can forgive.
Okay.
I like it.
Mm-hmm.
With you.
Guess we're gonna agree to disagree.
We're gonna have to, yeah.
That's cool.
We're going.
Wait.
I
We can
forgive you.
agree to disagree and still be
Disagreeing
friends.
with-
Shocker.
I'm
No,
with Hannah, though.
podcast is over. I'm canceling it.
Yeah, that's it. I'm out.
Yeah.
What's
there's
your
a button
story,
for that
Holly?
somewhere?
So yesterday, we only let the cats go out for about a half hour on Saturday and Sunday. And I go out there and I watch them. Well, let them out yesterday. And I must have got busy doing something I was not paying attention. Phoenix got a baby bird and killed it.
Uh-oh.
And so now I tell Birdie or tell Kevin,
You better watch out.
he has a thirst for birds now. You got to watch out. But he doesn't seem to agree. And
He's not scared.
no,
Are
he
you gonna
just
be
went and like tried to attack him.
super upset with like if you find a bunch of Kevin feathers one day? Will you cry?
My gosh. So I thought that this actually happened that like
Oh,
2
really?
weeks back. Yeah. So Mike D had Bird on his shoulder and he like got Amazon packages from outside and he was opening them, putting them away, blah, blah, blah. He comes and sits down. I'm watching a show on TV. He sits down and I'm like, oh, does Kevin like this or something like that? And he got up at like, sat straight up and was like, where's Kevin? And I was like, what do you mean, where's Kevin? We were searching everywhere for him. We went outside and then I was like, one of the cats got him. I started crying, thought he was under bed because the cats love to get something and go under our bed.
Oh.
And so I'm like a wreck. And all of a sudden we heard like little chirps. He was in our bathroom and we have this like post thing, and he was just up there getting ready to
Chilling.
go to sleep because it was dark in there.
Oh,
That's good.
And he had jumped off when Mike was putting the stuff away for like the bathroom stuff. He had jumped off of him and went on this little perch thing, and Mike forgot. And he just came back and started doing other things. Didn't remember that Kevin was there.
I can see that though, right? You get used to just being on your shoulder and going around with you everywhere
Yeah.
you want. It's like all of a sudden, where's this little 8-ounce bird that was sitting?
The thing is he laid down on the couch for a while before I even said, oh, does Kevin like this? So Kevin was gone for a while before he realized, where's Kevin?
So hold on. Are you telling me that you have not forgiven Mike D about this since you still remember it?
100%. Every time he takes somewhere, I make sure that he comes back with the bird.
Sorry.
Yeah, was the bathroom door on or off?
Yeah, it was about the door on and off.
Sorry about it, Mike D.
My name's Mike D, and I'm about to get money.
I had to throw a shout out to him because I feel bad for him. I think Holly's been making his life miserable probably recently. Since that happened.
Probably.
Oh.
I mean, poor guy. He's probably miserable every day, even when that doesn't happen.
Maybe. All right, we'll go to our last segment. Spooky.
All right.
Weird.
Yeah. So we live in America, right?
Think
Some
so.
of us do.
Last time I checked,
Is Arizona still in America?
barely. We're holding on by a thread.
Yeah, by a thread.
Or is it really the ancient Egypt?
Hmm.
I mean, there's a lot of pyramids in America,
Where?
all over the place. Right, Caleb?
They're hidden.
See, Caleb knows. This one's
I've
inspired
seen
by
the
Caleb
videos
this week.
Greg has.
You
Is
sent
this-
me one this week.
I sent you one.
Are there any in Missouri?
Yes.
What?
There are in Missouri, Kentucky, Tennessee,
Yeah, Tennessee, Kentucky.
all over the place. Memphis.
Where? I've never
Egypt.
heard of any pyramids. I'm gonna look it up.
There's a theory that because you got the Mississippi, and there's a bunch of towns along the Mississippi that are labeled after Egyptian cities, and like the Grand Canyon, the hieroglyphs on the wall, they have Egyptian hieroglyphs, like Hebrew hieroglyphs, like a whole bunch of different languages.
And there's a spot in the Grand Canyon that NASA owns. You can't get in there.
What?
Secret spot.
Yeah. They don't want people going down there. It was like, what, 1903 or something like that. They went exploring down there,
Something
found
like that.
all the old caves, and there was a whole bunch of stuff from a long time ago. I mean, like Hebrew stuff with the Egyptian stuff. Like what? And then it was like closed off. Can't go there.
They're not agreeing with you, Greg.
I'm just trying to figure out what do you think it is?
I don't know. I think it all comes from ancient Atlantis. I think that's where all the pyramids come from. But I got a video. So,
Okay.
We love videos.
just throwing all this stuff out there.
I was talking to this pastor, and this pastor was like, y'all young people's finding out the secret. And I asked him, what secret is he talking about? He said, yes, America is Egypt. He was like, that's what the Seminole War was about, the Louisiana Purchase was about. And he was like, look up this map. It's called Tamari. And he said, y'all, it's Tamarikans. So I went to look up at the map, right? And I was amazed he was right. He was like, that's y'all true nationality. And he was like, when the Seminole War broke out, that's when they won and they took over America and started calling them Americans, and they spelt it different. And the Bible is based upon y'all. All pastors know this, Freemasonry know this, everybody know this.
Pyramid on the Nile in Northeast Africa doesn't have stair steps going up it. It doesn't have temples on top of its summits. They could not go and break through the moat on the temples atop those great pyramids. There are none there. And that was the clue that Egypt was writing about the Americas. And the deeper I got into the records, the clearer it got. They started actually saying, and because I'm in love that land so much, he said it's his beloved land, and that word was Mary, the beloved. Mary, M-E-R-I, Mary. And the land, of course, last before is Ta, the beloved land, Ta Mary. And they kept that name and just put the Ta on the end of it. So Ta Mary became a Mary Ta. We simply say America. We kept the name that Egypt gave to the Americans. So that was the big mystery behind that $10 million map that Martin Waldseemüller made and then put the name America on it in 1507. And then those who knew and those who were trying to hide things said, wait a minute, you can't put that name on here. And the next time he reprinted that map, it was off. It was gone. Because that's the name that Egypt had given the land.
Now you know your nationality.
King Tut,
Nice.
President of America.
The first president.
America. The very first president, King Tut. Oh, we can't hear you, Josh.
You muted yourself.
That's fine. I was over here like doing things you didn't want to hear.
Oh,
Not really.
like what? Like
I
Fortnite?
feel like
OnlyFans.
a lot of that didn't make like that didn't make that seemed like a bigger stretch than most to me. Because why is there still in Egypt?
I don't know. I'm not
If
here
this
to
was
convince
Egypt.
anybody. This is,
I'm
Yes.
not here to convince
Sorry.
anybody.
I'm just here to throw things
I'm
against
just
the wall,
throwing.
see if they
I'm just
stick.
throwing stuff out. Yeah, this is what's going around.
So are we voting then? I give it a thumbs down. No.
Caleb,
I know.
It was
He was
Caleb's
the one that
video.
sent it to you.
I give it.
No, I didn't send him that video. I sent him a different
Maybe
video.
I
like
give it a.
maybe I give it a, because honestly, the more and more
Atlantis.
I see it, the more and more we're being like lied to about everything. So like our whole existence, I don't even know anymore.
Thank you, Holly. I agree with. I agree with that. We're being lied to.
I no longer
We
have
think-
any idea what is going on in the world.
It's a big Truman Show.
It's Big Truman Show.
No.
You know what? I did one segment that you're gonna need to do for this. Mike D actually has some literature on it, and it actually is like about simulation, that we're in a simulation. Yeah.
Okay, I touched on that one day.
That one scares the crap out of me because how disappointing.
it?
Yeah, it does.
Disappointing though. Why?
I don't know. I don't want to be in a simulation. And it like has something to do with the Mandela effect and all of that. So it's actually a good one that I'm super looking forward to you doing.
Next week.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I like.
No pressure.
I like the idea. I used to think it was freaky though, to think about that. But then again, what would really change when you wake up? It was a simulation.
If you wake
what?
up.
Well, I don't know.
Leo did.
What? Like I don't. What?
Then he
I
puked.
don't want to be in a simulation. And if I wake up and I'm going to be like, where am I? Like, what is this crap? No, I don't know. The whole thing scares me. He likes to go on my head.
It's just fun things to think about.
Let's take a bird.
Hey, Birdie.
This
It's
is what
hanging
we
upside
do.
down, like, what the heck, Holly?
Yeah.
Bullcrap.
He loves to be on his back. Like I'll put him on his back and we'll fight, we'll play. But he always rolls over for me to get his back or his belly. It's kind of funny.
Right
Are
on,
you ready
Matt.
to put this thing to bed?
Yeah.
Yes.
So
That is what he does, Meg.
what's that?
He said you
Her
made
brain.
for Holly's brain hurt. Seriously, all this talk, this conspiracy
Yeah.
stuff gives me stress.
I
love
understand.
it, but it gives
I-
me stress.
I get it.
Mhm.
Sorry, but I got to put it out there.
Yeah, that's good.
Well, as we put this to bed, I got to share some deep disappointments that have happened during this podcast. The Cardinals had a
Uh-oh.
chance to beat the Bills and they blew it. The Bills came back and beat them. The Jaguars had the potential to beat the Dolphins, and they blew it, and the Dolphins came back and beat them. The Titans, I don't really know what happened to that game, except I know the Bears scored a defensive touchdown because Caleb Williams threw for less than 100 yards, but they still won. And the Patriots, though.
Yeah,
We'll give it up to the Patriots.
Wow.
What?
Taking down the Bengals. Not for Greg's Pick'em segment, but for the fact that I think the Bengals are super overrated, and I think it's awesome it got beat by the Patriots, who most people thought were going to get the #1 pick in the NFL draft next year.
Did your pick win?
Yes.
Saints
Did your pick win too?
Yeah.
Mine did too. So just Greg.
So
Greg in the comment. Greg and
Holly.
Bearded.
Holly's like, let me rub this in. Wait, yours? You won. You won.
You won.
That's what you get for hurting her. You hurt her brain. She's going to fire that all over you.
That's all right. That's all right. Right in the throat.
Throw a punch.
I want a score prediction for tonight's game, Holly. Rams, Lions. Who wins? What's the score? Let's see how you do.
Honestly, I think it's going to be like 24-17 Rams.
Rams win 24-17.
I can't go against them. I'm not going to, but the score I think is going to be around 24-17.
See. Next week we'll revisit it. Just see.
I
just
can't believe you were spot freaking on the Chiefs and the Ravens. Holy crap.
27-20. Now I will say.
Like that's such a basic score though. You know what I mean? Like when you want to get close, that's the score you give, not spot on.
Except for here's where I came up with that prediction is I really thought it would be 10 to 14 point game, like 14-10, maybe 10-10, 14-14, something like that at halftime. I thought it'd be super close. And then I thought there would be a turnover somewhere in there that would change it. And I assumed that I was picking the Chiefs. But what I really, really thought was going to happen was that the Chiefs would be up 27-20 with the ball. And they would just run the clock out. But that's not what happened. Isaiah Likely almost got the game winner.
Yeah, that. Oh my God! Like it was a great call. It was his foot was out. But how
barely
how sucky for that player. He thought he had it. I thought he had it, and then for it to be like, nah. Thanks, Greg. Thanks, Greg.
There we go.
He's just trying to get back
into the brothers ganging up on my Rams in the comments.
He's just trying to get back into your good graces.
But we should forgive him now.
You gotta forgive and forget now.
Don't forget, Greg. Oh. Sorry.
Screw you, Greg. No, it's been fun. Hopefully everybody had a great week and a great weekend. It just felt like fall here in Missouri. I know maybe it was a little hotter in Arizona, but it seriously was like overnight low was like 50. It was awesome.
It's great.
You know what's so insane? So it has been really hot here. We have been triple digits forever, it feels like. But California is getting hit hard with the heat. They had a earthquake yesterday, a 4.0 earthquake, but their heat has been even hotter than Arizona, which is never happened. It never happened, but it's hot there. And a lot of the people that live there don't have air conditioning in specific areas because you don't really need it. You need it now.
Yeah.
Probably the hottest selling. Probably the hottest selling, most marked up item in the world right now is air conditioners in California.
Oh, 100%. But it was so bad that it was causing people for power outages, which is I've been in a power outage in triple digit weather. It is no joke. And not a lot of people have backup generators. I just have one because the dude's an electrician and knows what he's doing. Like,
because Mike D.
Yeah.
If we didn't have that, we wouldn't be able to stay at our house. Our animals would have been. So I feel for the Californians.
Yeah.
It'll be hard.
Relief.
Hopefully, I think they said today is the last day of this heat wave. So hopefully they'll get some relief soon.
Well, we're getting to that time of year where hopefully everybody's going to get a little bit of relief and we can have at least in the Midwest, we get the leaves turn and everything gets all crisp and the air is just cooler. I just love fall. I love it. I mean, I don't care about like the pumpkin spice stuff like Greg does, but
and everything nice.
Stop it. You're a pumpkin spicer.
Greg is.
That's
I'll tell you what I
really
want. What I really,
disappointing.
really
You're
want.
back on the bad list again.
Oh wow,
What?
that's quick.
Off.
Totally. What? No, I don't do the pumpkin spice. The
That's what he's
mold
drinking
cider.
right now.
It's the mold cider.
Okay, cider, spice. Although I do love Ace Pear beer cider.
There we go.
It's so good.
See?
Anyway,
What kind?
it's called Ace is the brand, and it's pear.
Little ace.
There's a pear. They have pear, pineapple, other
Ooh, I love
other kinds,
pineapple.
but the pineapple is
would.
good. But my favorite is the pear, and it doesn't taste like beer. It's a cider, but it's so good. So good.
Speaking of pineapple juice, I actually have a case of it coming from Amazon. It was on sale. 24 cans for $7. You can't beat that.
Do you just drink pineapple juice?
I love pineapple juice.
No,
What
you
kind
don't
of
put like
can?
any vodka, tequila.
Unicorn.
anything
I just
in
drink the
it?
mixer. No, just the mixer. Just the
mixer.
just the juice.
Ah,
You know, it's something just
Yeah.
here at the very end. I've always thought there's something in my
Chuck.
body that is lacking that the pineapple juice has in it, because I crave nothing more than I crave pineapple juice. Like I
That's
think
really
there's iron or something in pineapple juice that
Hmm.
my body doesn't make enough of, because I
Does it
crave
not
it
burn
all the
your
time.
mouth?
I love pineapple.
burns
I
my mouth.
love pineapple and juice, but I'm allergic to pineapple. So I have to have it in very small increments. Yeah.
I know somebody else that's allergic to pineapple.
Stop it. He's writing down my allergy.
Just in case we need this for a later date.
God.
Wow.
He's going to slip some pineapple. And
Yeah, for
Is it
sure.
real? What about like
it's not
artificial?
like I don't get like a closed throat or anything, but I get weird sores on the roof of my mouth from pineapple and kiwi. And those are my two favorite fruits.
Oh, kiwi is good.
I love kiwi.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Bummer.
Yeah, it's sad.
I know.
Sad. We'll end this on a sad note. Holly's allergic to pineapple and kiwi.
Cheers.
Yeah,
Something
everybody's
like
gonna cry
Shauna.
now.
Be kind.
Now we know what our taste test is not going to be.
Yeah,
Pineapple
yeah.
juice.
Yeah, pineapple juice is a no-go.
All right, guys. Well, have a great week, and God bless.
Be kind.
I'm Caleb. Please like and subscribe.